There's definitely some differences.
Early bit of util traded by both sides. Cryo, worse for wear. Comes out of that a little battered, a little tattered. We'll see how they choose to play around this Viper utility that we were just talking about. An early wall towards B.
Yep, this is one of the key tenets of what this was actually being used for. Cryo's gonna go with a flash, and Def is full blind on that hit.
I mean, that would have been really cool if it worked. Meanwhile, the spike is still over towards A. So I mean, yes, you don't get a kill, but you do draw some of the pressure over from the aggressive hit. But now they've gotten on A.
52 HP there from Stellar. Nice shot from THIEVES. They get both initial picks, which was a complete difference on split as well.
Hey, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know that. Well, I won't say it. I don't want to jinx him. I don't want to jinx him. Stellar and Bang, the two that remain, and they get cleaned up. I want to say that's the first pistol.
Yeah,
Sentinels win. Yeah, that's huge.
First pistol for Sentinels here.
See, I am learning the power and the curse. You saw I hesitated. I'm like, nah, let's not.
Deft with 4K there. I was not expecting that at all. Just the frenzy, just going crazy. The first kill, I think, gave him just insane confidence because he just swung outdoor, able to deal with the flank very easily as well. After the one kill comes in, it was a cool idea to go for this fake, especially if Cryo gets a kill here. What?
Yeah, I'd have confidence after that too, bro. I feel real good if I got that kill.
Yo. That is okay. Def.
Hey, it's a huge start.
He's the pistol round king. Yes. After that. Threatening this one way. Some pressure applied here to 100 Thieves early. No wall used yet for Stellar.
Oh, they may check this anyway. Yeah, they both jump out. And they survive.
He's doing a great job here. Just holding them back, understanding what's coming. Def is actually going to give up that nade angle, though. All he was using it was in case they go for a fast push after the first contact was held.
Quick note here, 3 Bulldogs for Sentinels. And again, just patience out from 100 Thieves.
Oh, this wall allows them to kind of walk up on the right side of the map. Really apply pressure to Saucy, but he could fall back too.
That flash over the top was really nice as well. Saucy, there's a pressure that you mentioned, and well...
Spike down A.
The shots from the Bulldog are clean.
What a spray transfer.
And then 10's obviously getting 2 with the Sheriff certainly helps things. A flawless round out from Sentinels. They don't just win the pistol, they win the second as well.
I need to see Cryo really work at getting this op up very fast. When I think of 100 Thieves and I think of a sense, I don't know why, the first thing that comes to mind is Cryo ripping into 100 Thieves when he used to play against them. So he is a monster on this map. And Asna on that Raze last map, he's not playing that same type of agent. He's not going to be taking as many opening duels. 11 and 3 on split though. That was a huge reason why they were able to win. It was 17-9. 400 Thieves. Asna contributing 10. Right here. Throughout the series so far, it is absurd.
Cheeky here, they were able to get an alarm bot down just on the other side of the wall. And 10's tried.
See his reaction too.
Yeah.
Surprised at that shot at all. Love the drone going up there as well, trying to catch Pancata. Bangs the first guy out.
Your entry omen, of course. Def trades it out though. 4v3 here, still in favor of 100 Thieves. They've gotten the spike too, and it just went from good to better.
Spike planted.
Right here. Great anti-bonus so far.
I mean, really excellent. You want to get out of this as cleanly as possible.
They're instantly working this Odin too. On a wall, on a map like Ascent with these walls, how they are.
If things stand the way they will, Asna and Stellar won't have to buy armor as well. Again, to kind of continue this point of the financial advantage of 100 Thieves to be able to get out of this as cleanly as possible, to keep weapons, to keep armor, and carry into the next round.
Good exits here. Sauce is not gonna be able to find anything. And he
Oh, just out of reach.
Yeah, he could survive here depending on where the spike's planted. That's huge.
Yeah. 10's will get another shot.
Ten's going for the early peek there. One thing that the wall gives you is allows that fight to be 100% isolated. Usually somebody's playing on the boathouse, the switch area, maybe down lane as well, where Tens can fall back into them. But in this case, with this wall, how it is, he's by himself. Let's see where he chooses to go.
Right here.
At the Odin on the side of Zekin too.
Standing ahead.
Derek not finding anything early on.
That is completely off of just knowing the positions that players are going to dart from, that players are going to spam from.
I mean, what do you do with that?
That is, Zekin didn't even spam, by the way, at that beginning of the round. He knew Derek had an Odin in his hands, knew that there was going to be a little bit of danger. So he's not giving up that he has an Odin, that he's even going for that.
Stella not able to launch shots. Derek getting another one. That's 2 with the Odin now.
A very greedy way to try to get back into this round here from Sentinels. Walking up Cat, I think with one person going for it, especially if it was Tens, for example, maybe you can get escape. But that there is your smoker and your initiator. And Tens' op is going to be a non-factor in this round.
Pankala smoked off. Does have some info. He knows they're there.
And not die through the smoke with the spam here. He's going to go for it. Has to give some room to Tens to maybe find a different weapon.
Yeah. Or at least play safely enough to where if things go a little sideways, he can keep the op.
Spike planted.
I mean, his movement right now is indicating to me that he is going to do that. Just in spawn, walking slightly further back to literally where his opponents start the round. Yeah, full save here. And that is, again, just, I mean, that early pick against Second. I'm not sure as well how or where they're getting the information about what Pankata's position is and how he's using his util. But they made the right choice of rotating back over towards B. Tens, I think, wasn't even oh, Pankata, he's close.
Is he gonna get challenged?
Oh, they know he's close too now that that alarm bot is actually up in this.
Yeah, but he could be anywhere. He's not gonna get challenged at all. That's wild. Either way, that gets us at 2 apiece. You mentioned 10 saving the op, still has it this round.
Right here.
Yeah. I mean, that's just.
I want to see Zekin to be
Me too. That's exactly.
I mean, that's how it feels when you get owned into a wall. It's the blowback. Cryo's actually updrafted already pre-round, so you can get a fast peek with this flash off the opposite ledge with the one way.
He goes up. There it is. The flash is there. He swings around. 2 spotted. Oh, it's tempting. I know it's tempting. He wants it. It's just on the other side too. The smoke once again provides some cover.
That's sight given. 10's taking a lot of space. It's up to Stellar to hold him off.
And he knows. He's waiting for it, but 10 lands a shot.
Def has the no command for retake too. So gonna shut down a lot of the counter flashes. Potentially shocks as well. Ooh, Bang is ulted all the way off site right now.
Well, I think they had to because of the fact that Stellar died. So they have to consider this. Meanwhile, the fight is going to continue on the site. The ult has been used. Cryo's able to hold him back with 2, not able to land the 3rd. Can Pankala do a bit of that? Sasi dropping down. Asuna drops him. Pankala's left in this 1v2.
Oh, good smoke
Last
from Bang.
player
He can
standing.
rotate all around that smoke as soon as Asuna takes a contact. He's not actually doing it though. He fell back and aim in. Pankala has a chance.
Enemy remaining.
Got it down to 1v1, but time is going to be the big issue here. Bang spams. And the round is secured.
Had to go for half there, so Bang instantly spamming.
Yeah, absolutely.
Knowing he can't fight back. Great round. And also just to TP out of that situation, I'm wondering if Sassy was still up in that case. I know they were worried about the 10's flank, but there's no way he continues on that flank with the op. I mean, I say no way, but it's definitely something you got to consider.
Or maybe not even him, but if he wasn't alone, he had somebody with him.
He could pick up that Vandal too, or whatever it was,
Right.
in Stellar's hands. And somehow, some way, we're still getting some weapons in the hands of the Sentinels players, even though they've been losing round after round.
One kill gets some blades. And you just mentioned a couple of rounds ago his ability to play through this, but bang!
And that is timing there. Bang is going for that TP anyways, I think, especially with this orb. Mimi mentioned it on the desk before we went into this game. How flexible you can be. And look at the coverage as well. Bang keeping the smoke up, threatens this mid push and isolates anybody who wants to actually push through.
Right here.
This is cool from Sentinels. They're grouped actually in front of the wall on top of the turret. That's a recipe for an easy kill. But
yeah, but there it is, the ult. Could be all the difference. Asuna with the flash down, allowing the dash out from Cryo. Bang, pushing his way forward. Keep a close eye on Sasi on the flank. It may not matter. It may be too soon before he gets here. You see Bang swinging around, getting a third with it.
Player standing.
And yeah, Sasi's gonna show up, but I mean, it's a bit too late.
Spike planted.
Doesn't even have a gun. 4 on the round for Bang, and 4 on the board for 100 Thieves.
As soon as the guns have come up, it's just been so clinical. And it's continuing that trend that I mentioned at the beginning of this game. 17-9, first kills to first deaths. 400 Thieves on split. And it's the same sort of pattern.
Spike down, B.
It's just criminal that he gets that one.
I think that if there was ever like an idea with the Viper, it's going to be trying to deny 10 some space. But it really hasn't been a factor.
He got under it. And the
Spike
knife
down
was
A.
just a bit late.
Yeah, it's been coming late to see if they're playing close aim in and clear wine if they're not. So you don't have to spend any non-refreshable utility. That's it.
Here.
Just talking about how the first kills have been so instrumental for 100 Thieves. That is TENS finally finding an opening. And he's floating so much, rotating so much. It's almost a trend. If he gets a kill on one side, he's going to be on the other side of the map instantly. And I think 100 Thieves is understanding that after 3 maps of play.
And now playing up towards the site, so they've established some control here. Stellar making sure there's no flank as Asuna gets the spike down. How much do they re-explore here? How far do they push?
Ooh, look at Stellar going for holding cat. They know everything about what's coming through.
Ooh, big here out from trees. TENS gets up top, gets one with the blades. But yeah, here's the fight in the tree that I was just mentioning. You don't expect Stellar there.
Not there.
Oh.
They're getting half for free.
Hey. Oh, they're gonna get the whole thing for free. Forget about just half open. Stops it.
Starts to get back on.
Can he get another? Can he get another? Well played, so well played. The turret in the smoke, him in the smoke. You peek that out, and there's just so much to deal with.
Hey, right. Okay, Pancada did get it. It's the Brazilian duo, man. Whenever they're into 2vx, just got to give it to him. That's great pressure with that lockdown. There's no response really for it. Derek, remember, he was the guy who went down first. I'm not sure if he had his Hunter's Fury, if it was even going to be a super factor. But then TENS as well with some heroics. Updrafting with the lockdown.
Right here.
Fast start here coming in from Derek.
Revealing area.
He's looking for a fast ult, I think.
Yeah, he's
Tap
got
second.
it.
Oh my
There
goodness.
it is. What kind of fancy footwork does Zek have? It looks like he's going to be able to survive it.
That's a full waste, but he wants to instantly use that so that he could immediately get it back before Pancada gets his ult back on. Even though it could have been a factor late in the round. That could be the difference in ult cycles.
Oh, I was going to say that dart hit. But patience from TENS.
He cleared a lot of mid right there. I don't think the alarm bot was even... Oh, actually, it definitely was. 2 nanoswarms here, no alarm bot. And caught in an off angle right now. This flash is not going to hit.
Stays alive. So they use the flash to get out into tree. They look for a pick. They give the space back up. And it looks like they want to end up B. Derek should have his dart back up here pretty soon.
Hey, right about that. Ult's in the B main, so this split is actually real. Def is going to have a great flash here from Sasi, who also ulted in the back of sight with Zekin.
Getting a little chaotic here. They've been bumping into each other. Sasi still trying to play back side. He'd been exposed. They knew exactly where he was. So 100 Thieves get the spike down. They get control of the site. And the question is now, how do they deal with the onslaught of Sentinels as they try to approach this retake from a couple of different angles? They're going to have to deal with the pit, too. Surely he doesn't do something like that.
Oh, Bang has got a shoulder on the other side of these smokes, too. Nobody's in the pit, though, with Stellar. Yeah, they're going to save.
Yeah, there's just no way in.
This is looking very brutal here. This attack side, this map has leaned in the past year very defensive side. It's skewed so far.
Very heavily. That's still able to get one. That's actually huge.
But they all died. That's big. Yeah, no, that's big. Stuff like that is a way back in late in the half. Where you start to get flawless rounds, where you start to force the other team to save. That's when the bank builds up. And they kept that up. They're going to force into it outside of the last round. It's really been all 100 Thieves since the pistol and the anti-eco. They're marking so much on this A side right now. I'm wondering if this knife is slightly different to actually target the KJ.
Possibly. It looks like it may go a little deep. Meanwhile, the op is across the middle of the map.
So that cleared Wine, okay? That's the cue for them. They don't have to spend any utility. They can just go for this.
Oh, the counterflash might have been good. Oh, but he just gets spammed through the smoke again. Saucy's still alive, dancing around the generator, but he's got a drone, he's got a target, he's got way too much to deal with. Bang! Finds another. And is this another save situation?
Spike
Yeah, Tens has
planted.
got the op. I think it might be. I think it might be. He's just not able to, on this defensive half, they're just reading him very well. The only time he's gotten a pick with it early in the round has been A main. And he is trying his best. They're not showing in mid. When they do show in mid, they're being elaborate with the orb.
Here.
He's getting denied so much vision with that orb.
Oh, he may be in trouble here.
I mean, at this point, the bank is going to start rolling no matter what, so Tens.
Blows his hand off. And I don't think he's going to be challenged any longer.
Honestly, they probably don't even, at this point, care that this guy is saving an op every round. They're nullifying his impact. I mean, talk about as well, finding him on split, for example. Remember, the common theme I was saying, Derek is consistently just flashing him off. He's consistently getting droned off the angle, too. It's a similar story here. They are just not walking into his angles.
And it kind of reminds me of what you were saying earlier. It's not like he's been stationary. He's been at the exact same spot every time, and they know to just push away from him. He's been very mobile. He's been attacking different sites, and he still has been evaded.
I think a lot of what is changing here for Sentinels is only the setup for Pancata. There we go.
And the
Deep
crazy,
walk up.
the crazy thing is the timing was just so narrow. He'd been there a little bit earlier. He sees more.
Gives Def a moment to walk all the way up in tiles. He hears a lot about what's rotating right now. Asna one off his ult.
You've got Zekin playing back side too. How much can he find? How long can he stay alive? How much damage can he cause? He pushes into the smoke, tries to get cheeky, and Cryo's there to greet him. There's the op that we've been talking about, not able to land the shot. Is 10 suppressed? Tries to work another angle, tries to find some more space. The thing is, you haven't cleared out Bang. And I think as soon as Bang finds out that there's pressure, yeah, he can just play this so carefully.
He's such a menace with those deep smokes on the chokes for him to walk out
Last
of.
player standing.
Shopee Big Ramadan Sale 44 Midnight Sale 4-6 April. Setiap jam 12 malam hingga 3 pagi. Nikmati flash sale akbar Rp1. Gratis ongkir super dahsyat dan THR kaget 15M. 4-6 April.
He doesn't even have to tell himself. And this, I mean, honestly, again, this time Bala, 10's found an opening with the op. right? He was able to get the opening pill. Def was in a really good spot, takes that space, denies info while gathering a lot of his own. And I mean, 100 Thieves just don't care.
Yeah. I think two things. Def going for the flank there, that's like the second time they've gone for a flank. One time it was THIEVES who went for it with the op, got himself a kill. But 100 Thieves is doing a great job actually covering up those space. Remember, they don't have a Sentinel. So, ability to get behind him is there. Def going for it, covered up by Bang. Second thing as well is Zekin is struggling when he gets pushed. Over and over, he's trying to make a play into a smoke. Something like that. And normally he's so good on this Sova.
Cover going out.
Often isolated as well, as we saw in the previous round. It was just him against the world, really.
In previous iterations with Zekin playing the Sova on Ascent, it's been with Xset a more of a floater role, not necessarily committed to this B anchor. This is the first round he's not tethered toward this B site.
He's just spotting mid.
Toxins going up.
A tell of the light buy for Pancada. Can't drop utility there to cover it, so you've got to put Zekin there instead. Derek thinks twice about it. The shot close by. Pancada now understanding there's pressure headed his way and note he has nothing but a Sheriff. Zekin close by. He is 1 point away from having that Hunter's Fury too, but he's got to find a pick. He's got to find a kill. And now Pancada put in the position that Zekin was just a few moments ago. And it's going to be difficult to find any semblance of success, and he's not able to do so. There it is, Zekin and Tank, Zekin and Def, excuse me. Get one. Derek's timing is gorgeous! But Saucy with the trade. It's a 1v1.
Oh, he's going for the res. Austin's
He's got to be
upstairs.
careful. He's got to be careful! What was that? A fumble, a clutch, whatever you want to call it. Still turns out to be a Red Bull clutch, nonetheless.
What? I mean,
Yeah, I don't know, bro.
I'm wondering if he recognized the spike wasn't planted and that there was 11 seconds left. And
I don't know.
he goes back on the res too, so he must have slipped off of that. That's a huge blunder. I'm not even sure if he had the time to go for it anyways, but that situation certainly cemented his fate. Going for it, looks like a shark attack here. Yep, THIEVES, insta dash, dart down mid as well.
There's no one there.
Nobody here, and they're doing exactly the proper counter. I don't even think they even had the info, but they're just going straight into A main. That tends to be a hard counter when you go for these types of aggressive plays down mid, but hey,
That's huge.
this is good. 3 players are gonna flank up against Stellar.
Stellar's got to be big here. Oh, Stellar doesn't find anything. Now the counter Hunter's Fury used. Cryo swinging around. They haven't cleared out wine. You can tell how 100 Thieves want to set the line of battle further up. They refuse to give up main.
Is there a flash here from Asuna? No.
He's got 11 HP. This is so tough for Derek. Yeah, THIEVES and Saucy able to clean it up. But it's not done yet. It's now 2v2 here. Blades in play for THIEVES, and they're good. Can Cryo do this by himself? No, he cannot. The defuse comes through as Sentinels get to 4.
They absolutely needed that. This game was already starting to look very, very difficult and out of control.
Well, but I think it's still concerning, right? As much as we talk about how Ascent tends to be defender-sided,
I got your backs.
it
Just
that 8-4 doesn't feel great.
Yeah, and now you have a Viper to deal with on defense. Like, that already increases some of your win rate on defense. Insane shots here from THIEVES.
That right click from that distance, it's just kind of insane.
You could hear it. That was, yeah. That's THIEVES for you.
Absolutely outrageous. An 8-4 lead in favor of 100 Thieves at halftime. We're actually going to throw it down to the desks to see what they think about that first half.
To think about, honestly, because that was it was an interesting half in that, well, at the very least for 100 Thieves, I mean, we got to see Derek just have fun. He looked like he was having a grand old time out there.
That guy is nutty.
It just felt like everyone was like clicking out there.
Yeah, it really did. And I think that this is another map where 100 Thieves is showing us the preparation in the preset executes and also in their mid rounds. And I wanted to look first at one of those executes that this team pulled out in round 5, where it was this really fast A main control with a Sova dart and a dash off that KO flash. So you actually see Cryo's looking behind him so he doesn't get blinded by that flash and taking his way all the way into sight. This isn't a particularly special play. This This isn't one that 100 Thieves thought up on their own, but it's one that they actioned on really well. And that's what I was kind of surprised by. This half, for me, it didn't feel defined by that Viper, and more so just by the mid-rounds and the executes that this squad was pulling out for the side of 100 Thieves.
But they've still been able to show as well that kind of like mid-round adaptation as well. This round in particular, we're seeing the tail end.
Towards A.
Meanwhile, the Spike and 3 members of Sentinels are at B.
My first thought on this defense here, Sentinels has to be using mid. So often you have that KJ alarm bot cueing you when something is happening. They have to be clean with it. They're going to use a dart to clear the bottom of mid, use a knife as well. That gives so much info, but they're coming back over here.
Oh boy.
Second starts droning. Oh.
The fight they made, and now the paranoia, the flash counter, and nobody can see a dang thing! But the kills still go in favor of Sentinels. Can Bang find anything? No, Zekin's back online, man. A rough start to the first half, but an excellent start to this one.
Shock dart is going to be huge. Tens. Oh, the molly comes in seconds late.
Oh, and he tucks under, he stays alive. Now Derek with a whole lot to do in a 1v4. Tens and Saucy both weak, but it's not gonna matter. Sentinels win the pistol.
And that's so curious that they win both pistols finally when they didn't win a single one in the entire series up till this map. And they're down the most that they've been.
It's keeping him in the game for sure.
There's so many team flashes here, but Saucy finally as well comes up with the major one. And Zekin comes alive too.
One enemy.
You can tell confidence brimming. Again, even with that rough start, to be able to swing out confidently, boldly, take the fight. It's a good sign for the young star.
Standing ahead.
And they have switched the wall into a more mid-control focused one on this eco.
It's interesting here how Cryo plays this. He has no Q, so he doesn't have anything to proc the dash off of. He's just kind of waiting. There it is. Yeah, there's just not a whole lot you can do there.
Yeah. And that's a situation where you might have a turret from KJ normally, where you can cue your dash off of the KJ turret, activating somebody shooting it, something like that.
Right.
Cooling down. Absolutely correct. 100 Thieves as well pushed A main, which we saw them trying to do in the pistol, and it did not go well. I think they might be able to get a smoke off on this. Yeah, Bang. Whew. But he spots himself.
Yeah.
Spots it. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, that's clean.
Fun to watch Saucy get these tags.
Bener-bener terasa rumah baru ya.
Dengan warna Tosca Turki memberikan nuansa lebih segar dan menenangkan, bikin silaturahmi semakin berarti.
Pergi umrohnya.
Pacific Pen mengajak kamu untuk pergi umroh gratis. Caranya mudah, cek info selengkapnya ada di bawah ini.
It's my dream.
Rayakan kemenangan Idul Fitri dengan Metro Lab Tosca Turki dari Pacific Pen.
Flawless round coming through for Sentinels. Again, to stay in this fight, to keep this thing up, right? And you know, I mentioned it a little bit in the first half, but something we don't talk about very often, coming out of a second round after you win the pistol and trying to preserve armor so you don't have to invest that money as well. Just does so much for setting you off financially at a good start.
Yeah, I've been seeing a subversion of the expectation of defensive sidedness on Split recently. So who knows, maybe a Sent 2. Let's add that to the books too. But first half, if that was anything to go by, the gun rounds where 100 Thieves were absolutely running the game. It's so funny as well. Tens, we mentioned how he's struggling to find anything with the op on defense side, but he's still 14 and 8. It's like a quiet 14 and 8. Just 10 things.
Very pedestrian. Got him. Cryo getting an opener. This is now the third round of the half, and very quickly, the third different Viper wall we've seen out from Stellar. This one intended to fight more for B main.
Also gives a pocket close on B main and logs. Nobody's playing there right now, but that's always a threat.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here.
Stellar spotting close. I believe you saw a ponytail or something like that. Cryo able to get another one. Second on the round for him. Pankata trading it back though. The spike just out. of reach, but Ten's able to scoop it up. The problem is they still haven't cleared sight. You still have Cryo, you still have Stellar you have to deal with. Oh, well, that's one. But Stellar still alive, backside, still being a nuisance. Time low here, and he's played this so well. Finally drops, now Asuna shows up. It's 1v1, the two young bucks. And with time in abundance, it just feels like an eternity. 15 seconds left, Second has the spike. And he is going to be able to get it down. Now Asuna pushing forward, and the timing is gorgeous. Asuna gets a kill and gets a defuse.
That's a tough spot for Zekken to be in. There's really no safe space for him to go for that plant. He can go behind the boxes, but he could be peeking your lane. Plant down in the corner, he could be peeking your stairs.
All right.
Gone.
There's not many great options, and that box is entirely spammable as well. So Asuna just waiting for the plant, making the pressure come through on the time.
Big one traded back for 100 Thieves as they keep a 3-round lead. And heavy presence towards A. It seems like once again they want to try to at least see if there's threat across mid.
They're doing what I was saying. So much presence on that mid. Throwing the knife, throwing the dart. Important against a non-KJ comp.
Yeah. Well, and even the smoke too, right?
Yes, yes. Denying the info right now. If they can walk out, that'd be amazing in the situation that's currently as it is. But Ten's updraft dashes with the flashes coming through.
And it's a bit slower from 100 Thieves. I thought they'd want to funnel this out very quickly and try to take this fight, but no.
This is dangerous. Second is his ult. He's going to pop it early in tree. Find Asuna. Asuna's gone.
Dead man walking. Had no shot. What else can 100 Thieves do for this retake? They have established control of tree. They don't have any main control. Cryo's already fallen too, so they're sitting on the sidelines.
I'm looking for a shock volley from Stellar and Derek, but they just don't have the space. They don't have the material to be able to really do it.
Huge out from Deft there to continue to push.
That was really nice from Sentinels. The denial of info.
Yep.
On mid. So one thing that a lot of times happens when you throw like a smoke like that all the way up to spawn in mid right there, where you're blocking off the jump spot, where you're blocking off the vision of somebody peeking out into pizza. A lot of times you throw that without information that somebody can see it. Somebody could see what's in front. Like, what if somebody's just playing in pizza? But they're throwing a dart, throwing a knife. Everything clears it, and there they can throw the misdirection.
Well, and the interesting thing too is I think it was that utility that caused the late rotation over to the site. They had to keep 2 members over B because of the threat of a push into market or B or anything like that. So it's just little things as just like that utility caused so much doubt.
And they have broken the money, busted the money here from 100 Thieves. You talk about the rotation. It's Stellar and Derek too, who I think have key utility to try to deny the plant or also be ready to execute with. That dart coming way too late, where all his teammates are already dead. It's the same thing happening, by the way. Derek might end up being able to use a dart here and clear back mid. This flash is huge.
Shopee, Shopee pipi, Shopee pipi, gratis ongkir banyak diskon. Shopee pipi, beli semua di Shopee, gratis ongkir banyak diskon.
No real challenge, but that's because they've lost tree and they understand there's pressure coming that way. Asuna gets caught with the utility out, somehow stays alive, ultimately to be met with his demise. And now Death swinging out. The jumping right click.
One enemy remaining.
You gotta love it.
Free gun.
Free gun, by the way. Another round where Sentinels don't drop a single member. That's now 2 in a row.
That's very, very crucial.
So much eye candy and honestly so much discipline from Def. To see two members there.
A lot to do with how the demise is going right now. One round for them on this defense. And we've got a close game again.
Here.
Some key ults as well. Online, Asuna has his null command, but on the other side of the map, I'm looking not at the ult that Sasi has, but Def's ult.
Right.
His one orb off. All he needs to do is pick it up. And so many opportunities actually come out here. I think Sentinels right now, they're trying to understand, I think Def specifically is trying to say, okay, I saw the Viper wall mid. How do we play against this? What are we actually concerned about on this default?
Oh, it doesn't seem like they're too concerned with mid, and they probably should be. There are 3 members pushing up from 100 Thieves.
Oh, Pancada confirms that turret is so versatile. Spots people on pushing cat, spots people pushing mid, spots people pushing B.
And again, it's this nuanced exchange of utility. Because of the pressure in, they had to invest a drone to clear out that area of the map. Second thoughts.
It's very interesting right now. Def did get that orb up, remember, so he has his null command now.
30 seconds left.
And Stellar might be able to get a 25 seconds left. Asuna does the great job of canceling all the hit. And utility coming in.
Time is going to be a serious problem here. There's the ult. Cryo tag stays alive for now. Stellar flashed up as he tries to tuck and cover. Still suppressed. Swings around. Lands one in a second. Just on the other side.
Hello?
Not able to deliver. There it goes. The classic does the job. It's now 10s and Pancada still have to get the spike in. There's just not enough time. It's going to have to be via kills, and they're not able to pull it off. 10 for 100 Thieves.
There's too much time spent, too much indecision there. Just literally because of that one wall put down in mid, that one presence that Pancada spots. And all of a sudden they spend, what was it, like 30 seconds walking back and forth in spawn.
I mean, we laughed at it initially, but yeah, the indecision that we saw him go back and forth.
I didn't think it was going to be a consequence because of Def's ult.
Right.
But Asuna does a great job of actually ulting deep and right at the right time. Funny part is actually he was so far back that Zekin still could put out a dart, that Sasi could still put out a smoke. But the rest of the util couldn't come through. This drone is finding a lot right now. They know that they're actually playing a mid setup because of the knife getting broken. And there's actually a trap play going off as well. Smokes, flashes coming in towards mid. They completely wipe it, but they give up the B site in the process.
Placing swarm grenade.
Is that going to be enough, though?
Ooh.
They're down on numbers.
This interaction here, Pancada has his ult. Derek is one off. They cannot give up kills to Derek within the next 5 seconds. But what they do want to do is push up on the space that this KJ gives them.
That's exactly what they do. It's going to allow Pancada to at least tug.
Yeah, but he's by himself. Nobody's coming with him. Second has a dart. Maybe if they can get the timing right.
How much can he find? A one and done provides nothing as Bane clears him out. 4v2 now in favor of 100 Thieves, and it's down to 1. Sasi can do nothing at all.
Shopee Big Ramadan Sale, Shopee Pipi, Shopee Pipi, gratis ongkir banyak diskon, terbesar se-Indonesia.
What a response. And there's that Hunter Fury that you were just talking about, now online.
Stellar with his ult too. What is that shot from Asuna through the wall? I mean, that is just ridiculous.
Let's see if we can get to take a look at it one more time.
Just spams the guy who's literally hiding from spam. And yeah, this dart, slightly mistimed. He marks it up and spams Zekin, who's trying to hide from, I guess, the drone. Yeah. So beautiful. And I have to say, a different 100 Thieves, and my feeling is, a different 100 Thieves has showed up on Ascent than the rest of the series entirely. It feels like the team play is so much better. Starting from like the tail end of Split, something's happened on that stage where they are really gelling together. Like the 100 Thieves we saw at Champions.
Yeah, very quickly here, it may prove to be inconsequential, but we saw Stellar not able to hit the one-way on the orb initially, then puts the pit down, and that's exactly where they're going. They're going in towards Tree. The Hunter Fury could be massive. 10's the first to fall. Asuna pushing forward off of the space garnered.
That missed one-way actually comes on and works still just as good. Trying to catch the timing on Derek's drone here, Def.
I mean, he's tucked. He's tucked and they have no idea. And the thing is, I don't think Sentinels, as far as I can remember, they haven't pushed into the smoke that they've been repeatedly dropping in mid.
There.
Is it expected? Yes, it is.
Cover going out.
That's another instance of Bang's off angles just being so good.
He's unreal, man.
It's his map, 17 and 13.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, he really just seemed to consistently hit a different level on Ascent. Back to the LCQ days, man.
Yep.
Paranoia out as they try to funnel around it. Spams through, and somehow they managed to get by. They managed to get through unscathed.
Okay,
10
but
seconds left.
we've seen how difficult this hold has been for Sentinels in the last round. Pencata, for example, getting up way too close, trying to find some way into this round, and Krau's just holding.
I mean, it's a 5v3.
He's just holding.
Waiting to see if Stellar's the one who takes first contact. Second, ready for it, waiting for it. No armor, doesn't matter. Kill delivered. Oh my gosh! A 5v3 has turned into a 3v2.
And there's no time either.
This was a Herculean save from Sentinels. Unreal.
Remember, that started by 2 players falling, 10s immediately in tree. And then as well, losing Def on the lurk against Bang. Zekin finds the flank, Pencata finds the space and spawn. Everybody contributed to this. Yes, individual efforts on all parts, but that's what it takes to win a 3v5 like that. And they keep themselves in it. They keep themselves away from fending off match point.
And they deal a blow to 100 Thieves economy. Bang has nothing but a bulldog. So keep a close eye on that. You see it, they don't have much. In this round, or in the next, really.
Spike retrieved.
Flash over the top, the dash comes through from 10s, and he just gets spammed right through. There's the bulldog, it seems to work just fine.
Flash from door.
This is where he anchors well. He made a meal here, he made a living trying to anchor this exact site, only able to get one.
Spike down A.
Here.
Numbers still for the defensive side. The spike's still not planted.
And with this plan, it's gonna be so difficult. Shocks can come in against him.
It is the Brazilian duo, though. It is Saci and Pencata. And we saw it already. When it's just them two, they just hit a different gear. Can the chemistry prove to be the difference maker yet again?
His patience from 100 Thieves cost them last time, but no, Pencata falls to cryo.
The chemistry's just gonna have to be by itself. The dash into the smoke, the spam is there, and he's not able to land it. Derek lands the shots. The defuse is gonna come through from Stellar. And honestly, we shouldn't be surprised for as good as map 1 and map 2 were. For this to have been the moment that could have been separation, to be as close as it was, it's just rinse and repeat.
The depth in the map pool is where you start to see new teams be separated from old teams.
Yep.
And while Cryo hasn't been a major focal point for me on this map, especially the defense, he's filling in the holes, and his patience, his style of slow, hold the angles is definitely working, especially really trying to force. Thieves has gotten a beat on the game. They didn't need much on that 8-4 half to improve on.
Either way, they've gotten to this point. 100 Thieves on series point here as Sentinels, confused, try to muse their way back into this. How are they going to continue to get Ascent going? How are they going to get to overtime? And that, I mean, that would have been a disastrous start.
Cryo going on the aggressive potential. If he finds himself an early kill here, he won't. Not going to cheat against the turret, not going to try to bait somebody into peeking him. Not taking risks.
What is Saucy up to over there? Opposite side of the map. Waiting to see, I guess, if there's going to be a flank. Meanwhile, the rest of his team prepares to exact on to B. And you've still got Derek here with the Odin.
Here he goes. He's going to smoke for his teammate and then try to walk in the A.
There's the wall, but the pocket that you were just alluding to, it's a bit too shallow, but they don't check it anyway. He's able to get one, not able to get the second. Did that hit him?
Yes.
And there's no dodging that. But he somehow stays alive and continues to push forward. The flash is gorgeous.
Spike down B.
And Saucy did not commit to the flank. 3v2 now.
Sentinels still have a shot at this thing. With the numbers advantage, can they hold? Cryo with the op. Bang is already fallen. Cryo's gonna have to do it all on his own, and now paranoia in his face.
In Fashion by Shopee, stylish setiap saat. Temukan beragam koleksi fashion pria favoritmu mulai dari 50.000.
With 100 credits, manages to stay alive. For now. You imagine he just wants to save the op, carry it into the next round.
Yeah, looking at his money, no chance he has enough to get another.
Right.
Ooh. But damage done is huge.
Yeah, because the money's not great for Sentinels either.
These two guys should be able to drop weapons in the next. They're chasing, they're hunting. Tens has gotten deep, but no way you find him on Cat. Second might go down.
10 for Sentinels. And they live to fight another round. Again, the money here is so key. I mean, Derek is 2,500. Maybe somebody can drop for him, but we'll take a look at that one more time. Dude, that was so big, and Zekin was flashed.
Yep.
Fully flashed when he gets the second. I mean, Stellar could have made a meal of that round.
Bang went very fast. There.
Here.
And kind of, you have to. Cryo's got the op, so.
They're playing this real safe on the defensive side. Look at the buy. They still have the op for Cryo, but 2 stingers and then pistols.
Yeah. We've seen this could be a recipe for a thrifty, right? A recipe for an eco. Cryo still got the op. Like, if he just gets with a flash. Oh.
Second just on the other side.
Danger.
He got tagged. He got spammed. Woo.
And he's still stuck there. He used all of his mobility right now. If they can get Amali in there, something like that.
They're just so far back.
Orb has gotten him out to safety.
Asuna has the ult. He feels the pressure. He can pop it. The paranoia through. He's still patient. Playing in the smoke. The paranoia is there.
They know this is a true hit because of the B push that just came out.
I think he dealt some damage with that spam as well.
Hank's still on the site.
Patience here from Asuna as he still gets a kill. The op shot going a bit wide. Steph able to land the shot onto Cryo. It just seems like they're really set on not investing a ton into this round. And Kyle with way too many targets around, and they've still got it to a decently interesting spot here. Derek with a weapon, and Derek is clutch.
Last player standing.
But he's not clutch enough.
And Asuna 2 HP. Not one of the lucky ones to pick up a Vandal either. That's not great from Def.
Nope.
Time's
Oh
fine.
no. No real way out.
Woo. That was
really close, bro.
Very close. And the damage done, we were just talking about in the prior round, like any kill that came through, that's definitely
100 Thieves.
He's been able to use it as a shutdown on this defensive side. I'm looking at Zekin's ult can get canceled by that, but the KJ ult cannot. And Def as well. They're all split right now. This could be a slow hit. If I'm Cryo, I'm thinking, how can I specifically try to target the KJ? Try to target Pankata? There's not very many opportunities given the fact that Sentinels are playing mostly slow. Especially on these B hits. They're never going fast to it.
The spike scooped up. Rotating back B.
Deploying drone.
Derek just uses drone. They also re-clearing on A main too. 5 seconds on the dart. Looks like what could work here. Def looking like he wants to hit towards Cat. He's gonna get knifed. That's gonna delay things. With Zekin darting in for him, potentially ulting himself. And then they could pivot that towards B.
This could be huge. It's all about whether or not it lands. If he gets the tag, the Hunter's Fury used, and yeah, Bang has been lit up. Bang is so close to dying, but he in fact gets another. It's Asuna who falls. Bang close by should be able to res him up though, but the rest of the hit's gonna be towards B, and Derek is there to greet it. Up close and personal, spamming through with the Odin, not able to find a second.
Sight not giving up. KJ ult being used deep. Bang actually ulted into the KJ ult right now.
To be with Stellar, but is that...
Can they break it?
That could be it. That could be the demise. It does get destroyed. They broke it. 3v2 here. 10 seconds left. Can Stellar hold it back?
Overtime.
That is just pure chaos. A good call from Sentinels. They go for the fake on Cat. The ult can be still used towards B. So a lot of suppresses going off. In fact, you can see Derek was hit by it. And then the lockdown going in a very weird spot.
Down B.
Gives up his life to break it.
10 seconds left.
Dude, how is he so like calm and cool and collected? Outrageous. Overtime on the cards again. 10s with the operator. Glass cannon in play.
God, it feels like so long since we've seen the attacking side from 100 Thieves.
Okay, this is really cool. I wanted to point this out in the last round because he's done this a couple of times now. Teleports back in towards A main to suggest that he's actually taking Cubby in long to just introduce, again, just this like rough idea that somebody is taking space up. And that just makes challenging A main so much more difficult.
Yeah, combine that with a knife that's clearing wine, clearing close. Little intricacy. Remember, that orb was what was denying 10 so much. He did go for this glass cannon up. The wall's gonna allow them to walk up behind it. They have to drop it to take the next step though.
Second is dart. And he's close by.
Here comes the dash activated. Oh!
Doesn't find anything. Tries to tuck, tries to get away while Crowd tries to go in instead. The spam lands onto Zekin. 10 still alive. The second shot misses. How many more shots will he get? 3v3 here. 30 HP for 10s. Op still in hand.
Another spam kill too.
Can he make it land? Bang's positioning here is huge. Yeah, he's got to find value, and he does.
30 seconds left.
But they're going to back out. Well, the thing is, they don't open guys right behind him, and he hears it. He hears a rotating wave. He lands the shots. And it's potential disaster.
Look at him go. Pancata's all the way back over towards Cat. He has his turret back up, which will allow them potential. Oh, he has to run through the molly. He might die. Oh my goodness.
9 HP.
9 HP.
Skin of his teeth. Momentary repositioning to try to get the spike down, and the time was just not on his side. Advantage, Sentinels.
Switching sides. Match point.
This script is ridiculous.
What a banger. And it's only the first series of the day.
Regulation win for Sentinels on Friday right now than fan. As they move. Calls, right? You don't have as many tools to lean into the fake. But that definitely is something that happens for IGLs once they realize, okay, here's how the rotation is working. A lot of times that creeps in to your mind. If I'm Sentinels, I want to continue with this default and actually force back that mid stuff. But Cryo's going for glass cannon up, and he's staying in mid.
One suppressed.
Knife only tagged Derek, I believe. So Stellar's going to be able to toggle the wall up and down.
One thing, remember, Cryo usually has his Viper Orb to fall off in mid for, so he has to play a lot more passive. The Viper Orb's actually being used on the back side of B. Not sure if that's a one-way or if it's just holding so that they can't push into a boathouse.
It's going to be a quiet approach from Sentinels towards A. What's the cue? Also, no Pancada here on this late lurk. You see the flash, you see the dash, but there's no clash. There's no follow-up out from 100 Thieves. Bane's just the first to fall, but he was there by himself. Dev's able to get a second. Tens with another. Derek able to trade it back here. Huge out from Sentinels, and now Pancada's able to cut off the rotations. This seems like a done deal. It's too easy.
The timing.
It's just too easy when it looks like that. Pancada cleans it up. 14-12 in the series in favor of Sentinels.